For me, Battlefield 5 is in a pretty rough position right now. Especially with Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming right around the corner. It seems like Battlefield 5 just might be a thing of the past. It just didn't live up to the expectations that I had for it, and I really did enjoy this game at its core. The gameplay is very solid, along with the gunplay as well. And also they kept the microtransactions down to the bare minimum. And even though they did add in, I don't even know what they called them, Boin or something like that, Battlefield coins, but you can get microtransactions now, but it's for cosmetics only. The weapons and everything like that is earnable by just playing the game. And it's not like a COD grind, going through the tier system of going through 50 tiers. It's a very simple play, like 2 games, complete some challenges, and you get the new weapon. So it's not that big of an issue for their microtransaction system compared to Call of Duty's microtransaction system. So in the beginning, this game was outstanding. The way it was pitched and given to us, not completely pitched, because obviously the way they handled the game also killed the sales and killed the actual player count by saying don't buy the game, and all of their horrible stuff that they said and did before the game actually came out, especially with the trailers. But Battlefield 5, just altogether, at its core, if you did buy and purchase and play this game, you know that it's fun. You know that it's an enjoyable experience. But they did so many things to change up this game, and did not make it anywhere close to what any of the past titles played like. One of the first things I absolutely despised with Battlefield 5 was the lack of customization. And even though it was a unique twist, having the customization tree and picking your left path, and you can sometimes switch it up from left to right, and then back to left, or keep down on the right side, you had a lot of different options, but it's no attachments. There's no customization. There's no visual differences on the weapon that you're using, whether you're using whatever grip you're using, stock you're using, scopes that you want to put on the gun. The only thing that you can really change to actually change the look of your weapon is the scope. You have a medium scope, the reflex sight, and there's one more scope as well. I forget which one it's called. And that's pretty much it. You get 3 to 4 scopes to use. And the rest of the customization is completely thrown in the trash. So what is the use? What is the purpose of doing that when you had past games like Battlefield 4 where the customization was out of this world? Never-ending combinations that you can use on certain weapons. It was mind-boggling that they took this drop. Battlefield 1 even had more customization than Battlefield 5. I just don't know what path they were trying to take with this whole idea. And another thing that absolutely killed this game for me was how they made it so your ammo was scarce and the health was a pain in a butt. I don't know why they decided to add the ammo stations and the medic stations. I understand they're trying to give it a more realistic twist, which I do like about Battlefield games. But the one thing that stands out between Battlefield games and, a real warfare simulator like Squad is the fact that they could still keep it feeling like an arcade shooter, and still have a realistic vibe to it, with plenty of customization, and just how everything is reacting around you. They could still keep it feeling fresh and clean, and that's what Battlefield always did good, but now they're just trying to pretty much scrap the arcadey feel of this title, with less health, less ammunition, all this stuff being implemented into the game that I don't think is very necessary. I hope in their next title they decide to just scrap all that stuff, because completely relying off of your teammates to give you essential things that you need in combat just doesn't really work in my opinion. You need ammunition to fight. You need health to stay alive. And when you don't have those things, it just makes it tough. And in Battlefield 5, let's say you get shot down to 25% health, you can only completely regenerate back up to let's say 50 to 75 HP instead of going all the way back up to 100. And in order to get to 100, you need either one of the health packs, or a medic can throw you a health pack, which is kind of complicated, but they have been doing it more often, I must say. The community is getting pretty solid with how they're playing the game. But you do run into certain lobbies where they don't do that for you. Medics don't give you health. Support doesn't give you any ammunition. And it just turns into a complete cluster where you have no supplies. Supplies that you need to survive and go on streaks and just have a good time in this game. So I hope in their next title they do decide to revert on this whole idea, but that's not the complete end of Battlefield in my personal opinion. The game is still fun. And with the Pacific coming out very, very soon, I think this game could be a banger. I think it's finally going to have the full potential that I wanted it to have in the beginning. When I heard of a Battlefield game that's World War II, I thought, wow, it's going to be so much customization, so many factions, so much to do, so many maps. You can go all around the world and have interesting, massive, large-scale battles and all of these events, which we've seen none of it so far. Nothing that we, as probably the community, really know much about with the actual World War II. They really did go into some more low-key battles. But it's still fun, but I think the Pacific is really going to nail it for Battlefield 5. But the fact that they still have a lack of content, map-wise, not weapon-wise. They've been doing great with weapons, but map-wise, like the one map that I reviewed on this channel. I forget the name of it. It's another desert map. But for God's sakes, what happened to it? It's still not out for conquest. What is going on? We need this content. We need the maps in this game to keep it fresh. The rotation is so stale. And yes, the map that you guys are watching right now is tons of fun. I love this new map. It's great. But what happened to the other one? Why is it still not playable? I feel like that's kind of ridiculous, and it just shows a bad vibe for this game when it should be out already. And don't even get me started about how they keep removing my favorite game mode out of this game. Rush. Why do you add in this game mode and remove it constantly? That is such an iconic game mode and one of my favorites out of all the Battlefield games. I love Rush. And when they add it in, I have a blast. That's pretty much what I play 24/7. But then they keep removing it over and over and over again. I don't understand the purpose of this. I don't understand the purpose of just limited time game modes in any game. It doesn't add up to me. Like, why is Mercenary TDM out of Call of Duty? Where did that go? Maybe it's on there for you console players, but for PC, it's gone. Never to be seen again. What happened? Why? Why did you remove that? It's a perfectly fine and fun game mode. What's the purpose of removing it out of the game? Some things are just not logical, but Battlefield has just taken this approach to their game, where they just weren't completely ready for this title yet. I feel like maybe another year would have done justice for this title. Definitely done justice. Because you guys remember, they had to postpone this game back. I forget, was it a month or 2 months? But they pushed this game back because it wasn't ready. But I still don't think that they were ready. I still think, to this day, that they should have waited another year. And this game would have been perfect. This game would have been lit. Plenty of content. And even with the lack of customization for your weapons and not having a lot of ammo and health being hard to come upon, I still have fun with it. It's a fun experience. But what I'm worried about now is the Battlefield community and how they're taking this all in, especially with Modern Warfare coming out. Modern Warfare has already hinted to have tons of weapons. Tons of weapons, up to 10 ARs and up to 10 SMGs. And all of them have 30 to 60 customizable options for them, which will all just small minor changes will happen in your stats, but you can always mix and match to make the perfect weapon for yourself. So it's a pretty great customizable game, which a lot of Battlefield fans are craving now. Especially after having a game like this where we got stuck with a customization tree, picking the left or right path. I don't want to do that. I want to have tons of attachments to go through, to make my gun look cool, to make it look unique, and to change the playstyle of the weapon. That's what I enjoyed out of all those Battlefield games. So as a Battlefield player as well as a Call of Duty player, this is a win-win for me. This looks outstanding, with tons of maps being rumored, a 20v20 game mode, possibly a 50v50 game mode, and drivable vehicles. Let's not forget that. There's drivable vehicles in this game as well. I'm pretty excited as a Call of Duty fan and a Battlefield fan. I think this game might be outstanding, so this might be a little rough for Battlefield 5. And even though down at its core, they have tons of fans who will play Battlefield 5 religiously. This is the only game they will ever touch. But at the end of the day, there's still tons of people who are disappointed with the lack of content, the lack of customization, the lack of maps, all this insane stuff that's been going on with this game. Obviously, it wasn't ready yet, but they had to get it out. EA said they had to get this game out. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming around, and if they play their cards right, and this game is good, the content is there, and they don't scheme us all with microtransactions, this game can win over a lot of players. Tons of players. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare has a very bright future right now. I must say, this might be one of the most popular Call of Duty games that will ever come out. I'm being honest here, and even if the game completely flops, this game might be successful just from being able to draw so many players from other communities. But DICE, just know I'm still going to be playing your game. I still enjoy it, trust me. It's still tons of fun to play. I always have a blast. But just know deep down, I really wish you did something more with this title. I really wish you did so much more with this title. And you are. Trust me, I know what you guys are doing. I know you guys have tons of content, and you're not done with this game. You guys want this game to be the best it could possibly be. But I just wish you could have more of that. More of that enthusiasm, more of that content, just more of a complete game at day one. And then introduce some more stuff afterwards, because I feel like it wasn't enough content to keep a lot of the players there. Even though you still have a great community going on, let's be honest, compared to all the other past titles, I would still be playing Battlefield 4 more than this game if it was just a tad bit more populated. I seriously can't find any lobbies in Battlefield 4, so I just don't play it. But Battlefield 5 is populated, it's still fun, so do your thing. But just know for the next game, if you can't put it out in time, just wait. Give it some time. Just relax. And also, I really hope that you do a modern day title, because that's probably another reason why Call of Duty Modern Warfare might take a lot of customers in, because we've been begging for modern day from every development studio. But all we've been getting is just World War II games now. Start off with jetpacks, then goes to World War II. It's like we're begging for more modern day gameplay, and nobody's giving it to us. And finally, someone's giving it to us. So that's probably a big reason as well to why people are probably going to be getting this game. But overall, Battlefield 5, great game, just not a lot of support. But thank you guys for checking out this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below to leave your personal opinion on this. Also, if you are new to this channel and you are from YouTube search, if you enjoyed what you saw today, you can always subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get notified on all of my videos, you can always hit that bell notification button. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. If you hate it, you can always dislike it. Also, if you want to just catch up on any of the videos or behind the scenes clips or just chat with me in general, I'm on Twitter at JbowenDaMan. And if you guys want to catch me streaming, I'm over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan as well. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.